Hey guys, my name is the Poke of Wall Street, aka Cheeseless Quesadillas, and welcome to another video. And we're gonna be, obviously, I'm gonna be reacting to the Dirty Bomb new terminal update video. Mr. Shu is right now right there on the screen, and I'm gonna be giving my thoughts on Hunter and on the new terminal Redux and whatever it else pops up. So let's just jump into it right now.
Where's Hunter? What's going on with Terminal? I thought Obsidian operatives weren't coming back. These and more answered in this video.
Okay, so I'm not really going to talk about Obsidian operators a lot, but there will be some thoughts.
Delays, but these have been for good reason. He was originally planned
Okay, so let's talk about the delays. The community in Dirty Bomb is very flip-floppy, so it likes to go one way, and then once the developers go that way, they want to go back the other way. You see that with shotguns, with how people said that they were overpowered, then they change it, and then now they're saying that they're broken in another way. So they prefer it's very confusing. We've got an issue as well with the new Mark Hunter, in which that the community Dirty Bomb obviously prefers maintaining. They want to get everything new as quickly as possible, and they want to maintain that status quo of getting new stuff. But the issue is that every time they make a new merc, the community's arguing that and crying and whining that the merc is so overpowered, that they should release them in a later time, they should delay them until the merc is completely fixed. But now that they're actually doing that, the community's getting frustrated that the merc's being delayed. Why is he being delayed? Well, obviously because you guys told them you don't want any broken and overpowered mercs, so they're fixing it. So that's don't talk to me, man.
Release at the end of last year, but as we wanted to make sure he's performing appropriately, we decided to hold on to him for a short while longer.
Exactly. Mr. Shu has it 100% right. So let's look at Hunter so far. He's got a brand new cyber arm, kind of like what Phoenix has his cyber leg. Pretty cool knuckle dusters. I really like these. I don't know what their real name is specifically for this blade. He's got the pouch with arrows, he's a hunter. He looks like a mountain man, if you know what that is. Here's my guess on his nationality. He looks, obviously, not Caucasian. You see his eyes, his facial structure. He doesn't look very Caucasian. But I've got a guess. I'm thinking that he's from Canada. But not really Canada. I think he's like Inuit. Like way up in the north. I think he's an Inuit. And it would make sense, wearing all the warm clothes, hunting. It would make sense. Or he's from, somewhere in the mountainous regions of Central Asia. It could be any of the crazy things, But I think he's Inuit. And I want to see if my theory is proven correct. And if you have any theories about Hunter, please do leave it in the comments.
Sure, he's performing appropriately well in the works. And if you've kept up with our
look, yeah. So right there you see that crossbow, and it's pretty cool. I really like it.
Video series, you'll know exactly
the knuckle dusters are probably the new melee weapon.
Why? With Hunter, we're introducing a new type of projectile, and with his other abilities, they've been a
sneak
little
peek.
Trickier than we expected. He's rigorously being worked on and tested.
Ooh, okay. They don't want us to see that, or at least they're pretending they don't want us to see that. So let's see what they don't want us to see. So that seems to be when you zoom into the crossbow. I don't know how you can do that if it's supposed to be in your arm. So like, do you go like this? That makes no sense. Sure. It seems to be a charge up time, kind of like what Javelin has. This is probably, my guess is that this could be it's not really a sniper shot, right? Is that a EMP crossbow? Standards crossbow. Oh, so he does have an EMP crossbow. That's what I was thinking. I was expecting there to be like a tracking dart. That would be really cool and would make him a recon character and not just a random sniper. Yeah, so hopefully, I'm not sure if that says EMP. Hopefully it's a tracking dart that can also disable objectives. That would be really cool. That would make him very valuable.
Rigorously being worked on and tested right now.
It's like a loadout,
Once we're a little closer to his
Nice.
release, we'll give you another update.
Sweet. Terminal
Not
Redux.
only
Okay,
can you
this is
expect
what
to
we're
see
here
a new
for.
Merc in the next update, but the updated version of Terminal will also be coming your way.
Tell me, Shu.
For a
Tell me.
sneak peek and some more info, here's lead level designer Wilhelm.
It's been a while since we announced.
Okay, Wilhelm is going to tell us. So this right here, I presume to be the MG, right? You're coming in from attacker spawn, you're running up all the way up to the balconies, and this is where the MG is. So this is the view from the MG. Over there, in the distance, we have what seems to be like a generator room or a control room for where normally the door would be. So that could be where they plant the C4 now. There, I don't see a lot of tunnels over behind the metro sign, the underground sign. That's a metro in Spain. Yeah, I don't see that there to be a big tunnel kind of like they had before. So it seems to be maybe in the open. I don't know. It seems interesting. Let's continue.
Work of Terminal's first objective, and since then it's gone through multiple stages of development.
Wow.
The goal of
Okay, so that's been really reworked. Reworked. So this is where the forward spawn would probably be around here. They removed that. Now we've got a nice fountain. Okay, a boulder. We got a nice boulder. That seems to be the bridge from Bridge, right? That's what it's called, Bridge. Makes sense, you know. Be pretty cool. It looks very similar to it. You know what I'm talking about? Hopefully you guys do. Okay, so this would be attacker spawn somewhere over here. You run in. This looks very nice. I really like it.
the goal of
More
this
open.
rework was to make
Ooh,
the
I
first
saw
objective-
some nice proximity mine spots. See, the thing is, proxy is very useful in you got to be smart, but a lot of the community is not very smart. So they, you can tell that by going anywhere. So you put a proximity mine in here, you're gonna get a lot of kills. People can jump over it and die, turn and die. It's very nice. Maybe some. Oh, that seems to be a tunnel. So probably leading from spawn or something. Proximity mines in here would be killer. The tunnel. There's a lot of cool proxy spots now. This seems to be seems to be the MG. So up there seems to be the MG. This is kind of like what the attackers would see from the ground. Looks very cool.
was to make the first objective more
I like that. The balcony is still there.
closely with the PTS community over many
I like it a
iterations.
lot. There's our fountain, family-friendly fountain.
We're very happy with the direction.
Give me
it's
ad
taken.
revenue.
Look forward to you playing it in the near future.
Oh, what's that back there? That seems like an interesting alleyway. Is that the defender spawn? Could be the defender. I like how this is very like up there, and you've got a. Oh, it seems much cooler now. Because normally this would be. I don't know. I like this area like this, right? You get vantage points defending. It's really nice. There's the generator. Called it, but it looked like a control room.
Since the release of the Obsidian Operative Pack, there's been some discussion over the re-releasing of content. When Obsidian
Okay, Shu makes a good point bringing this up, and I've thought about this for a while. Again, Dirty Bum's community being very flip-floppy, switching sides constantly, is also heavily emphasized by the fact that they're all hipsters. Everybody wants to have the limited edition thing, right? They want to get it before anybody, and then they brag about it. And everybody's it's like a hype beast community. Everybody's just flexing on everybody. I got this thing. I got the Obsidian. Look at me. I got the Founders Edition. Wah. So, Obsidians were always going to be re-released. They told you from the beginning. Did you not get that? That Obsidians are going to be re-released. This is the way that they can fund the game. If you don't want the game to be funded, don't buy Obsidians. Okay? If you buy an Obsidian, good for you. You're not doing it for your personal gain. You're doing it so that the developers can get money. Okay? And just be glad that they're not making Obsidians completely overpowered with perks. Just be glad about that.
Operative Cosmetics first came out, we planned for them to be initially available for a limited time, but also to bring them back at a later date.
Exactly.
So more players could have the chance of getting some of the coolest content in the game.
Here's the deal. Yeah, that's a very nice look for Mr. Shu. Well, nice mustache. Here's the deal. As Shu said, right, they never meant it to be only then. They were going to re-release them. Now the community doesn't pay attention to reality or something like that, and they don't care about that. So let's dissect, what's going on. They're gonna re-release them because if, for example, there's a new player and he wants to get all the cool obsidians, well, bad luck. You missed it. You're a month late, a week late. Just because you started playing the game, now you're never gonna get those cool skins. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? People not to be able to get those cool skins? Okay? So if you're a new player and you want to buy those skins, do it. Like now would be the time. You can get all the obsidians. That's great. Why is that an issue with the community? I don't understand you. She was always right.
The latter of this was not communicated well, and
Nah.
sorry to those of you
People
who
don't
thought
pay attention.
They wouldn't make another appearance.
Toxicity.
Over the last couple of weeks, a number of threads have popped up discussing toxicity. It's not uncommon if you fail a few times in a match, you'll get hailed with abuse from a player or two.
Yes, that is a big issue. There is a big problem with the Dirty Bomb community. The most interesting man in the world. Dirty Bomb's community is extremely toxic against new players. You may not believe so. You may be one of the people who's extremely toxic to new players, and you may not even think that you are. Here, if you're doing this specific thing, then you're going to be toxic. So let me give you the example. You're in a casual match. You're doing really good. You're telling people to switch mercs because, you got to win. Obviously, you need a ranked team composition in a casual match. Even if it's stopwatch is still casual. Right? And what if there's a really bad player who's very new, right? And he's just trying out the game and he's having fun, right? But he's struggling, obviously, and then in comes the top level player, the guy he's supposed to look up to, the guy he's supposed to strive to be, insulting him, telling him to quit, telling him to kill himself, telling him, that doesn't make people want to keep playing a game. If you want faster rank matchups, if you want a bigger community, if you want esports, if you want all those things, you gotta be nice, okay? If you're insulting every single new player in the game, the fact that Dirty Bomb can fail because of the lack of community will be on your head. No matter how good you are, nobody's gonna care if you're good at a game that nobody plays anymore because you force the community away from it. That's something you need to understand. And yes, it's true. You get a lot of really bad players. And yes, it's true. You got to put up with it. You got to be nice. You got to say, hey, check out this guide. Don't tell them to kill themselves and get good. That's not going to help anybody. It's going to be detrimental for the Dirty Bomb community. Let's read what these people are saying. Okay, let's Curace. You've been put out. You're a moderator. You're making a bad argument. If their gameplay is literally detrimental to you and your team, definitely. They are plain and simple bad at the game? No. I experienced many occasions where all I can do is facepalm on a daily basis, but at the end of the day, sucking is not a crime. That's true. But what is gameplay literally detrimental to you and your team? Is a bad player putting dropping an airstrike accidentally, or a new player who doesn't understand that ranked has friendly fire, shooting his teammates? Are those things really the big issue? Would you consider that detrimental, or would you consider that plain bad? Because it all depends. Detrimental would be obviously a Sparks who's really experienced, who gets a second account to troll lower tier players by grabbing objectives and putting them in parkour spots they obviously don't know how to get. I know because that's happened in the past. What about a team player who one member of your team who's extremely salty and super aggressive and starts shooting his teammates because he doesn't like the way that they're doing things? That would be detrimental. So in here you get an issue, right? Curious is actually going for a good idea. He's saying, hey, don't ban or kick people because they're bad, kick people because they're toxic and a problem to the community. But the issue of gameplay can be made an argument on both ways. what consists as detrimental and what consists as plain bad. So we're gonna have to make some lines in the sand, right? Be like, okay, if you're trolling, detrimental. If you accidentally friendly fire, bad. If you don't understand something, bad. If you're purposefully killing teammates, detrimental. And then people can be like, oh no, I just you gotta understand that the whole issue, right? And a lot of these guys who are extremely high up in the leaderboard, and they're looking down at all the guys in the team, and they're like, oh man, you're so bad, get out of here, kill yourself, haha, man, my back hurts from carrying you. First off, a carry is technically twice as many points as the guy in second place. So if you have 12,000 points and somebody else has 9,000 points, that's technically not a carry. Technically a carry would be if you had 12,000, the second guy would have 6,000. That would be a carry. You're not carrying a guy, your team, if that's not the criteria. The criteria for a carry is at least twice as many points as the guy in second place. That would be a carry. Yeah, you get, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of people want to try out snipers and stuff, and this meme makes a lot of sense. You know, I don't always kick new players, but when I do, they play Vasily. Classic. And let's see what else Mr. Shu has to say.
And while there are many things we can and need to do as developers, such as implement a toxicity reporting feature,
True.
there's a lot that you can do to help as well.
Yeah, there's the thing, right? It's not the developer's fault, it's the community's fault. And the community is creating this extremely toxic environment for new players. And I'm saying this not because I'm salty or I'm mad that I'm bad or whatever. I know I'm bad. I'm making this argument and bringing this awareness that Shu obviously is, aware of, and the community and the developers are aware of, is that it's not their fault. We're the ones that gotta fix it. Right? If we're insulting and telling people to commit suicide constantly in a game, how many you're gonna bring in more people of that? It's a retroactive feedback. If the new player's gonna stay, they're gonna keep doing those things to be part of the community. If good, a possible new player would walk away and go play another game, that's not something you want. Then you create certain salt pools, as we like to call them, salt factories, salt farms, like. The stopwatch in North America is extremely just a toxic environment of just guys who are afraid of commitment, who have issues in regards to, failure, fear of success, and instead of, going into a ranked game and playing ranked, you get 50 people in like stopwatch servers constantly playing stopwatch, creating even more salt, right? Instead of doing that, go play real stopwatch, ranked, instead of casual stopwatch, where you no longer have to fear about being bad or being self-conscious. Be a man, and if you're gonna insult me because I don't really play that much ranked, at least on stream, and you're gonna make fun of me, 9 times out of 10, you're one of those 50 guys who plays in the 2 stopwatch servers constantly insulting and telling each other to kill themselves, retroactively feedbacking on that hate. You're the problem in the community.
If someone isn't performing well, it's much easier to have a go at them rather than try to help and educate them.
That's human nature. It is so much easier to insult somebody than to, help them out. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm always nice. That's why I always say have a great day. When somebody insults you, you say thank you. Come on, guys, turn the other cheek.
So for now, help us nurture and grow the Dirty Bomb community, ready for our 1.0 release, and help...
Nobody's gonna play this game if the community doesn't want people to play the game. This game is gonna die if you guys keep killing it.
Your fellow players. And especially, don't be mean if they miss a few shots as Vasily. You're gonna edit that gif in, aren't you?
Mr. Shu.
This week we're taking a cheeky look at
Okay.
Snap Klein as he's telling us why...
Snap Klein, I think is his name. Check him out. I'm not really gonna talk about that. I think I've rambled on long enough, and yeah. Obsidians, don't really care about it. Don't make a big deal out of it. You always knew that they were gonna re-release them. You're not a hipster. You're just a guy who wants to support the community. That's what you're doing. You're supporting the developers. Don't stop whining about it. What else? Redux, the new terminal. Is it terminal? I hope it's terminal. I haven't really played that map because it's so bad. It looks really cool. Looks really cool. Seems like a great change, and I'm excited to see how the game is gonna play on top level gameplay, top tier gameplay. I don't really care about low level, most, anything below Cobalt. I don't really care about the gameplay feedback, mainly for map design. This game is supposed to be esports ready, blah blah blah, all those terms and marketing speeches. I'm very interested what the Cobalt, Elite, and esports community has to say about the map rework, and to see if I agree with them or I disagree. And if you're one of those guys, Helldog, I know you're one of them, please write it in the comments, what you think about the rework, if you've been able to play it or from what we've seen so far. And as always, guys, have a great day.